Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Raj. How are you doing?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking.
Great to know that. And what time did you get up today?
Um, any time between 4 and 4:30.
So early today?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I started reading a book, and then after finishing that, again I slept, and again I have just woke up
I
a
think that's
few
the
minutes
best,
to.
right? When you are reading a book and then you get a sleep, you get the sleep is
Yeah,
the best one.
right.
So, how long did you read the book in the morning?
Maybe around 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours. Oh, that's too long actually. I would have slept in
Yeah.
half an hour at that hour.
Yeah, I also thought the same. When I woke up, I said it's too early. Let's start reading a book, and you might sleep within 10 minutes, maybe,
Okay, and what time did you go to bed in the night?
or 10
10.
at
But
9. Yeah,
yeah,
between
okay.
9:30 to 10.
9:30 to 10. Okay. Not bad actually. Then you can get up at 4:30, read a book and sleep. That means you slept at 6:30.
Something like that.
Okay.
Around, yeah.
And then you got up for the class again.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you usually sleep in the afternoon?
No.
No. Okay. You don't sleep. Fine. So but it must be tiring, right? Until the night because if I am up since morning, I have to take a nap, like a cat nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean that happens. I mean I do not have a firm routine on this. Like it goes as per my
Schedule.
uh, schedule.
Right.
Sometimes I become early bird, sometimes I become night owl. So it
Okay.
all
Which
depends on the situation. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm both night owl. I sleep late, I get up early. Then in the afternoon, I just run to my bed, just
Yeah.
to nap. Yeah. Okay. So today's topic is quite interesting. I don't know if you have gone through it. You have gone through it. You usually see it. I know.
Yes, it's like if you are the president, and
Exactly.
surprisingly, I was reading the book, that monograph of Dr. Sarupalli Radhakrishnan,
Oh, that's
yes,
nice.
the first vice president and the second president of India.
Okay, and that was the book you were reading in the morning today.
Yeah,
Okay, and how was it?
it was lovely, of course. It is just a monograph of Sarupalli Radhakrishnan, and something about his life, and then about his little little bit about his different works and the
Okay,
books that he has written.
okay, and how did you find it? The book you finished it, or is still left?
Yeah, yeah, I have finished it.
Okay, so if you have
Uh,
to take a synopsis of it, how would you do that?
like I said, it is a monograph of Dr. Sarpalli Radhakrishnan. So uh, just little bit about his, I mean, thoughts and feelings. For example, if it is explained that he was interpreter of religion. So
Yeah.
in that chapter, it has been explained that though he was a firm believer of Hindu, but he never, I mean, he always explained in such a way that every religion has the same meaning. Like they want to make you aware with the things, and not to follow them rigorously, but of course to learn the art of living. So there may be different ways of teaching them, but the end is the same, that is humanity.
Okay. So his way of looking towards life is the more
Yeah,
towards humanity and humanitarian grounds, right?
right. And
Okay.
in the same way, if he has explained about the he has been explained as interpreter of scriptures, or interpreter of philosophy. So he was a philosopher, of course. He has graduated in philosophy as well. So
Okay.
in that sense, he speaks about, and also about education. If we say that, he
Yes.
speaks that all all this are the just the means to let you become self-aware, and
Hmm.
lead your life in a way that is beneficial not only for you but for others. In education, if we say, that
Yes.
education is not only the rote learning or learning the facts and figures, but
Yeah.
it should enlarge you as a human being.
Very true. Correct. I will also read this book. It sounds interesting. Though I am a more of fiction and all those. So when I start reading autobiographies, I have to leave, or maybe about somebody's life, I leave it in midway. So
But
I
it is like, I would like to show you. It is just like 100-page book.
okay.
Like I said, monograph of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan.
Okay, Ran.
So it is of Sahitya Akademi Prakashan, the publication
Okay.
from Sahitya Akademi publication, and the writer is Premananda Kumar.
Okay. I'll check this out. Since you're talking about books, have you tried Sapiens?
Sapiens.
Sapiens. That's about the humankind again. Like, if you enjoy such books, so it's a brief history about humankind.
Okay.
Yeah, and it
Thank
is
you for
it is
sharing
quite.
it.
I don't have it right now here. It's in like in my room. So, but it's very interesting to read about how the journey of humankind began and what was there in the history. So start with history of humankind, and then there are two more parts. So if you enjoy,
Right.
then you can order the other two parts and also read those. It's an
Right.
amazing.
Right.
It's by Noha Harari. So you will find it.
Okay.
Just write Sapiens and you will find the book so easily. Sapien.
Okay.
Sapiens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and do tell me that how did you like it, because that book is something which is very interesting.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So how much time do you take to finish one book?
This one took me around maybe more than 10 hours. Yeah.
10 hours. Not bad actually. Not bad. So 10 hours is still fine. Like how many pages are there? 200.
95, not more than.
Then 10 hours is too long. Right.
Yeah, 10 hours is too long, but of course, like this is this time I was trying to read it and reread. Like
Okay.
if I have read one paragraph, or I have noted it down as well, a few pages. So I was trying to reread that.
Reread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very good way to do it. If once you read a paragraph, like how in school days we used to do, and then you put a summary kind of thing of the paragraph. So when you do that, your learning skills increase at the same time, understanding skills increase and creativity, because you are creating in your own words. You're not writing the same thing what's written in the book.
Right.
Yeah, and the absorption is also a lot. So you're of course learning a lot in that.
And yes, I remember one more thing. I would like to ask.
The
Let
last
me
type
check.
of questions you asked me, I think I baffled there, and then I couldn't
Okay.
go back to the
Yeah.
questions because the recording was gone. So I was like, oh God, he had asked me something and I didn't prepare that.
And I looked that, and I thought that
You should
I
share it.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I looked that, and I think I'm clear now, because that was that I had asked you 55 tens of millions. So
Yeah. So
when
what was
it
that?
is explained, it is
Mm-hmm.
just like a mathematical terms, and I
Mm.
was surprised that why I didn't look at that way. So
Yes, that is
55 tens of millions is equal to 55 into 10, like almost 550 million, but it's not
exactly.
exact term. It's like it's between 550 to, I mean, 550 to those 55
Million. Yeah. Right.
millions and something. Like if I explain it in 5 tenths of 100, then it
Yeah.
would be between 51 and 499.
Correct, correct. So, Raj, actually, that day when you told me this, I was thinking, what did he ask me? And 55, you said 55 tens of millions, and I was actually searching for
Yeah.
it. And I was also getting all the mathematic answers. So I thought maybe I'll check with you. Was it mathematics or was it an idiom? So because I didn't come
Uh,
across such sentence, but thanks for sharing with me also that sometimes you just go in that thought process that what was the question asked.
yeah,
So
actually, I was surprised that why I didn't look it at that way, because I had found it in English while reading the book, English book, of course. But of
okay,
course, it was a normal term of mathematics, and
yes, right.
generally, if you teach like CBSE or ICS student, you will get this for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me one thing, when you come across such sentences, okay, in a book, how do you do it? Do you write it down somewhere and then find it out later, or you just that moment you stop reading and then you find out the meaning of it? Or what is the process of finding out the meaning of that sentence? Not even the word, the sentence. The word I know, I can understand. You can go to the dictionary quickly and
Yeah.
read. But what
So,
about the sentence?
so it depends upon the situation. For example, if I'm able to get the meaning of the whole paragraph, I would
Yeah,
not look it. I would keep write it down and look it at later.
later. Okay.
Look it later. But if I'm unable to get the meaning of the paragraph, straight away I would find or the solution that I would like to search it and get to know what it actually means.
Yeah. So do you go a little behind and little forward to understand that maybe this is the meaning of it? Like now this
Yeah,
tens of millions. Of
of
course, there must be a paragraph
of
where
course, of course.
yeah.
That's what I was telling you that this book took me longer because I was rereading something. It's not
Okay.
only that if I have understood, I would go back. Sometimes, even if I'm unable to understand, I would reread the paragraph 2 or maybe 3 times to get
Right.
the clear-cut idea of what is written.
Yes. Right. That's a good way to do it when you go beyond like little ahead and little behind, and then you check
Yeah,
the whole paragraph to make sense out of it. That's
right,
very interesting to do, and also it's like it becomes like a quiz that whether you will be able to solve it or not.
right.
Right.
And this is the paragraph that is written. The world will give birth to a new faith, which will be but the old faith in another form. So this is the
Okay.
sentence. The world will give birth to a new faith, which will be but the old faith in another form. So I think the word nothing is missing here.
The word,
Nothing but
I think it's
should.
complete. I think it's complete. It will give another face to it. It will give another meaning to the word, right? That's what it
The,
tried to say.
the world will give birth to a new faith,
Yeah.
which will be but the old faith in another form. So by reading this sentence, it seems like something will be found, but which the
New,
meaning of that would be related to old one.
yes, right. And new
This
faith
is
will
what
be.
uh, this is what I am getting from this sentence. But the way it has been created with the word "but," it
Yeah.
is dubious in meaning.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
mean, I'm thinking that if nothing was there, it was clear because sometimes we use uh,
Comma. That comma could be used like a punctuation
like
mark could have been used there.
all but. When we say all but, I could do all but singing.
Hmm.
It simply means that I can do anything but I cannot do singing.
Yes. Right. Right.
But the meaning is
Right.
something different.
It
So
is
I'm
different,
unable to
but it is
understand.
making sense. For me, it's
Yeah.
definitely making sense because that's just the way of making the person understand that. But if the faith had changed according to that sentence, or it will change.
So that's what I'm asking, that though
Mhm.
this sentence, I can understand that it is written that whatever birth of new faith you have, that will be nothing but the related to the old one.
Old one, yes, right, right.
Or
If
am
you
I
go to
wrong?
see Raj, they have tried to the author here has tried to connect two sentences. Okay, he's not divided the sentences by putting a punctuation there. What he's done is used a conjunction, a very simple conjunction. He could have used however also there to make it more beautifying it the sentence, but is also is fine what he used over there. He used the conjunction to join two lines and also to make understand that these are interrelated.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
Right.
that can be one of the possibility what I feel, that he's trying to put a conjunction there.
But what I was thinking, that if nothing would have been added, because the meaning of the sentence is something like nothing but should have been appropriate.
Nothing but, okay, so you say that there's a word missing there.
Yeah, because when we say nothing but or anything but, the difference between the two is that in one sentence you are saying I can do nothing but singing, which means
Nothing but
that I can only do singing.
right.
But I can do anything but singing, which means I can do anything but not singing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the confusion.
Okay, I understood what you're trying to say, but I feel the again I feel that I also used but here. So I feel that the author is trying to just interrelate the sentence as I just said, and instead of putting nothing, he just made the the reader very clear that yes, this this thing is interrelated, and then he's just put a word there. I don't think so. There's the word nothing. It shouldn't be used according to me.
Okay, but the meaning is same. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm able to interpret it in right way.
Yes, you are able to interpret it in right way. Although I would say that the even the sentence is quite clear enough by itself.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
right. No, we can move on.
We can move on. Okay. I hope it clarified your because that things always plays in your mind that I will just write down this sentence and also find out that what you mean to say I understood and try to find out that if that can be correct as well.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now, there are few idioms. I'm sure you must have gone through it. That is crying for the moon.
Yeah, it's like asking for something which is not possible.
Yeah. And read between the lines. It is very commonly used.
Yeah, like we were doing, trying to
Yes,
read between the lines of the sentences.
exactly. Okay. So, do you try to use all these idioms when you're speaking in other sessions as
Uh,
well, or maybe in general?
Sometimes I try, like
Sometimes you.
like I told you earlier as well, that if I'm comfortable to try it, like I'm unable, if I'm unable to put it in right direction, I won't be able to use it. But if I'm able to use it properly, that okay, it suits here, then
Yes.
only I go for it.
Okay. Then you try to put it. Oh, fine. That's good. That's good enough. Even if you're trying to use it, it's good enough. It just polishes your language when you're speaking,
Yeah.
right? Okay. But before I start, Raj, have you ever felt that when you're talking with your students, since you are in the same profession, did you ever feel that your students disconnect with you because you're speaking and explaining something?
Uh, Sometimes maybe, because students are generally, I mean, not curious, and whatever students that I have got till now, they are hardly, I mean, interested to study. They are like,
Okay.
okay, I will do it later, or something like that kind of attitude they have.
Okay. So, what kind of method of teaching do you use that time with such children?
I get confused. Like I would try to, okay, I would try to indulge with him. So if he is not liking something, okay, I will wait for some time and I will start whatever he likes. For example, if he is unable to read those
Mhm.
grammatical rules, and if he wants to talk something or on some different topics, then I would do that same.
Okay.
But let him, I would make sure that he realizes that this is also essential. And if he is not able to read it, so by the end of the session, I just explain him or her that this is what you are lacking. You should work on this aspect.
Hmm. Right. So just try Raj once, okay? Because this is something which is tried and tested with me. Like what I do when I am addressing a big group together, okay? And
Right,
there are people who disconnect with you, okay? They definitely do because we also did it in our school days. I would say that
right.
certain
Yeah,
things going on in your mind. So for that case, if you try it out next time, whenever you meet such students, start with the story. Always start with the story. Story is
right,
something that anyone will connect with. The moment you start with story or a journey, or maybe if suppose it, I'm just giving an example. You're explaining adjectives, okay, or you are explaining something in a grammar, any other topic. Make it a story. Make adjectives a story, and the heading, like adjectives can be a being, like living being, and then you
right,
explain the whole story. It is definitely fun to do it because the person connects with you, and also at the same time there is fun involved, and whenever there's fun, learning person learns very quickly. That is something which
Right,
is from the childhood. You go to see the children are taught in a very fun loving way. So
right,
that's something you can try it out. Just one thing I wanted to tell you, and yes, don't forget your expressions. The moment you're starting a story, your expressions, your body language
right,
really
right.
needs to work out very well.
And this is, I mean, the great perception. And I would like to say these are the things that I have to learn, because
Yes,
I cannot simply make stories on with anything. Or I
right.
mean, I think that I lack this quality, so I will have to work more on this.
Right. So can we do one thing? Pick up a topic. Next time when we are meeting, start with a
Right.
story. I will also write it
Okay.
down so that you don't forget. And the next time, just pick up a topic. You pick up a topic, maybe from grammar, what you like to teach, your
Yeah.
favorite topic, and try to create a story. Maybe you can put you as a character there and the subject as a character there, and try building up a story. But I would need to see your expression, because I don't like.
Okay.
I will connect immediately the moment you show your expression and your eye contact.
Right.
Of course, eye contact is good enough. I have been seeing that, but
Right.
your body language, the way you're speaking, that can be also worked on. Why not
Yeah, of
work on
course.
complete, complete task? Let's do that. Pick up a topic next time and let's speak about it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can choose
Yeah.
your own. I'm not giving you any topic.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we still have 3 to 4 minutes. Let me just ask you those questions, because this is quite interesting. That I would not read the paragraph, complete paragraph, but if you were a president of a democratic nation and you had your powers and responsibilities on your shoulder, what would you do? Okay, so how different would your life be from the one that you are leading right now?
Okay. So I have always thought this, that if you want to make some change in your society or in your country or whatever it is, the first thing that you should have power. Because if you are powerless, you are unable to do anything.
Okay.
So in that case, if somebody is president, he or she has the complete power
Hmm.
for sure. So he can make that his feelings, not about his only feelings, his experience. So for that purpose, like we say that only those person gets the power who are, I mean, who deserve that. It's
Yes.
not that everybody can get that power. So first thing, that if you are deserving enough to make that change, so you will have power and you can do that for surely. So
Yeah.
in the present context, if I say what do I want to do right now, I'm unable to do, I feel like I'm helpless.
Hmm.
Because
Helpless.
yeah, because I'm helpless and I'm powerless.
Hmm.
So the thing that if I have the power, I can utilize that
Yeah.
in the best manner. But for that, I should have a proper framework and a proper, I mean, the idea that I have to instill. So for that, I will have to, I mean, I will have to get in details of what do I want to do and what are the problems, what how these problems can be eradicated, or if not, how can this be alienated.
Hmm.
So I will have to study that whole process, of course, and then I will be able to take the action.
Right, right, right. So you will make an action plan for your whole thing, what you are planning,
All
like
right,
when you are in the position. But do you
right.
think that you can do it all alone?
It is not possible to do anything all alone, and that is the reason we have uh, a society. I mean, we are a social animal, like we say. People are generally a social animal. So unless we have the support of others, we are nothing.
Right, right.
Nobody in himself or herself can
Can do
do
it.
anything on his own.
Hmm.
So everybody needs help, and I would definitely need help of others as well.
Hmm. True, true. You can't run the race alone. You have to have
Yeah,
somebody with you. True.
of course.
Okay. So just the last one. What are the two things that you would immediately change as a president?
So the first thing that I think we need to do is we need change in every field, of course, but education
Right?
and the politics, of course. Like the politics, the way it is done in our country, we can change a bit of this, like
Corruption. Are
the
you talking about corruption or
yeah,
are you talking about
corruption,
the whole?
a corruption in
Okay.
particular. So some changes that can be done. For example, if we have an eye on those donations that are given to politicians or the political parties that is used to win election,
Right.
that some change in those rules would do some transparency in that, and
Will
that
will
could be
will,
a better way. Yeah,
will bring some transparency.
yeah,
Yeah, will do is incorrect. So will bring some transparency.
yeah, will bring some transparency.
Yeah. Okay. So great, Raj. Have you ever thought to enter politics ever or in future?
uh, I don't think that I have that quality because I'm not diplomatic at all. I
Okay. Just
cannot mold in different ways. I'm
hmm,
very simple person.
okay.
I but I'm unable to understand, like if I explain you, the moment I was reading this book, the
Yeah.
Radha Krishnan, and something was going in my mind that how come even after such great persons have been in our country, on our soil, that we can learn a lot from them, yet we have this corrupt politicians. I mean, I go that that way.
So
So
that is
I
some
hope
topic.
I'm able to express myself.
I think we need another 25 minutes to 30 minutes to discuss only about this issue. So let's not go there, right?
Yeah.
And, yes, it's a deep conversation which goes on. So let's not go there. Yes, but next session, you know that you have to prepare a story and tell me that. That would be great to hear, and I want to see your creativity also there. So let's see how you show that.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So great, Raj. It was amazing talking to you as always, and have a lovely day.
Yeah. Same here. Likewise. Have a
Okay.
good day and
Thank
see you in another session. Bye for
you.
now.
Definitely. Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah. Take care.